Gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Crypto Night Show. Your host Superman in the house. Show's a little bit later today. I guess what time? Is it 9:30 p.m. Eastern? I think today. But I had a few things on, and but I'm here now. So I hope you guys are having a good time out there with the old PulseChain. We're going to go through obviously some of the top performers on PulseChain right now, but we're going to particularly focus on some of the heavyweights that are really making moves on PulseChain. We're obviously going to talk about SolidX and XGame. We're going to be talking about LibertySwap and PCock, some major moves happening there too. And of course, we've got CoinWell coming up as well. So it's going to be pretty exciting. Obviously, Vault 369's out there also. Multi-chain liquidity fork. I think that's the first one in existence. So that's pretty cool coming out of PulseChain. So we got a lot to talk about, and there's many other top tokens popping right now. So it's going to be pretty cool for the weekend. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Just let me get my mic set up here and tune that up a little bit. And we're good to go. Looks like that was done. So yeah, if you're on YouTube, of course, don't forget to smash the subscribe button. YouTube's going to have some changes coming up. YouTube is a very difficult place to be a streamer on, and it's only get more difficult. But of course, it's still a big platform that people watch. So don't forget to smash the subscribe button on the way in if you love hot crypto content. Of course, daily shows, typically around 7 p.m. Eastern, but although it's going to be a little bit up and down over the next month, I would say. But really, really cool stuff happening here on PulseChain. It really is. We're on the bull run has already started. Honestly, I'm saying that with confidence. I know the chart's not showing it, but we had another big, leave the chain today. So it is what it is when you get the big players on the move. He is out now, though, so that's good news. And I'm going to talk about that as well. So if you're wondering where PulseChain is, we're going to be covering that too. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Now, you can probably see my face is sort of tanning up a little bit. And we've got sun outside. We've got sun. So we're coming out of the winter and moving into the sunny side of New Zealand, which is pretty awesome. Down here at the bottom of the world, can you believe it? We haven't fallen off, though. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Maybe some of the politicians are a bit crazy, but apart from that, we're doing pretty well. All right, where should we go here? We're going to go in and post the link to the show. I think that's probably the first place to start. If you guys haven't shared the show around, let me take a moment to do that. If you're on X, don't forget to smash the follow as well. Let me find this show. Let's see. Probably surprising a few people doing the show. But let's share that around on X. Share show on X. How about that? We're going to get things started. I hope you guys are enjoying your weekend, by the way. Certainly it's sunny down here, sunny down New Zealand. We're coming into our summer, not too far away, a month away, I guess, from the official period. Share the show on X. Just take a moment to hit the repost button. Helps a lot. Let me jump into the old, what are we going here? We're going into the Crypto Night Show Telegram as well. And let me raid that. Bam. Just doing a little bit of admin today. Just get things warmed up. So let's do that. And what else? Let's if you guys haven't been in the Gladiator tournament, number 8 is on right now, day 2. That's pretty exciting. We'll probably go through that as well. We'll be covering Gladiator games live. On now. I guess we say on now. It's not going to be straight away, but on now. There we go. Bam. All right. Kind of cool. All right. Oh, we've got the repost there too. Smash the start button there. Smash the start button. All right, guys. I think I've done all the socials, so I'm going to close out of the socials and let's get into the show. That's all we can say. Let's get into the show. Hope you guys are having a good weekend. Get in the chat there. Let us know what you're up to. That'd be really cool as well. Now I'm going to scroll down here a little bit because I've got a few things we're going to talk about on the list here, I think. Where we go up here? Up a little bit higher. Maybe up a little bit higher there. No, well, maybe that's it. That's fine where we are. All right, let's get into some of the hot news, and we're going to go all the way over there, and I think we're ready, good to go. So we're going to cover off crypto, see where that is right now on the majors, and we've got no stock market, of course, but we have some pretty positive news coming out for next week. I think next week's going to be really, really exciting. All going well there. Now we got CoinGecko here, and we've got the total market right now 3.79. Actually, let's go to the big screen, shall we? Let's go to the big screen. We've got the market cap right now. Oh, I just forgot that I moved myself, didn't I? Over there on the left. Let's scroll it back up a little bit there, and let's make myself a little bit. I don't know, how big are we going to be? How big? We're going to be. Let's do it there. Let's do it live. Let's do it live. All right. So at the moment, total market 3.79 trillion. 3.79 trillion there, and it is up 0.4%. So really cool. Now we've had some positive news, more positive news coming out around the shutdown. Does look like the Schumer shutdown, as it's called, is going to be. I mean, it's been shut down ridiculous long. It's almost a month. Is it a month? And people not getting paid, and air traffic controllers, all sorts of stuff. Democrats there had the same CR. That's a continuing resolution, and they wouldn't sign it, all right, because they were playing politics with people's lives. But it does look like they are capitulating, and that could be really good news coming up for this week. So that's really cool. Hopefully, we'll see what happens there. Now we've got the Bitcoin right now is up 0.2% at 110,000 US dollars. We've got Ethereum there up 0.7% at 38.74 at number 2. We've got BNB there up 0.2% at $1,092. We've got XRP at number 5 is flat today, 2.5%. Solana number 6 down 0.8% at $185.30. Lido there. Let's move past that. Number 9 is Doge up 0.1% at 18.6 cents. And finally, our top 10 is Tron up 0.4% at 29.7 cents at same. So best performer over the last 24 hours has been Ethereum up 0.7%. Best performer over the week has been, I guess, looks like Bitcoin, doesn't it? Looks like, it's actually Tron. No change in Tron over the last week. So there we go. Top 100, let's have a look at that. Best performer is sitting at number 32 is Zcash. I hope you guys got your Zcash from the old days, the OG days. 49.8%. We've got Virtuals at number 99, getting the top 100 there, up 42%. And we've got Official Trump at number 78, up 27% today. We've got BitTensor Tau up at number 39, up 26%. And finally, to wrap up our top 5, we've got White Bitcoin up 19.7% there for the week, just pushing out a Pi Network, which has had a little slightly better week than it has been. So that's kind of where we are there. Top gainers in 1,000 is ZK Sync, Mariner Protocol, and Game by Virtuals. And trending is ZK Sync, Zcash, and Dash. Good old Dash and Zcash in the mix there. Some of the OGs in the house, which is pretty fun. All right, so that is where we are with the crypto market. So yeah, we've got a slightly positive sign there with the old crypto. That's going to lead us, I guess, into PulseChain. So we'll talk about that in a minute. Let's see where we're going here. So PulseChain, and we're on day 905. Can you believe it? We started a brand new day. So 904 is what we just finished, probably an hour or so ago, hour and a half, and we're on day 905. We're going to be racing towards that 1,000 day. Do you feel it? It's certainly during the bull market cycle here that we've got coming up. And we're waiting. I guess a lot of people are waiting for Ethereum to go to 5,000, break 5,000, right? Then that's game on. I think that's kind of I've seen a lot of comments around that, and I think that's probably pretty close to the truth there. We also got Bitcoin dominance, I think around 60% at the moment. We might bring up some of those charts next week. So we've got a lot of good signs happening there. Now, day 905, let's go to it and see where that's at on PulseChain. So we've got PulseChain at the moment, quadruple 0299. So we're just on that teetering around the 3,000, and we did have to absorb the the whale seller there, which I'm going to bring up, I guess, to talk about that. So let's do that now, shall we? Let's do that now. So crypto, I think we've got Crypto Solve. Let me find this account. He's done a nice little, what do you call it, audit, I guess, of it. So Crypto Paradise, Crypto Solve, I think it is actually. That's some free advertising for Crypto Paradise, but that's not what we're talking about today. So yeah, 2 hours ago we got this hot updates, which is really neat to see. So this is Crypto Solve. Another day, another load of sell pressure on the price of Pulse, and of course in the past 24 hours, this wallet has offloaded a little under $500,000 worth of Pulse, mostly in 300 million clips of Pulse, straight into Ethereum. $500,000 of dumping in the current liquidity environment doesn't exactly do wonders for the chart, and of course that has pushed us down, hasn't it? Pushed us down for the chart there to sort of 3,000 mark. Now you guys know, was it a week or so ago, or two ago, we defended the 2,700 line, and now we're back to 3,000. So we certainly don't want to break the 2,700. We want to keep the higher lows, right, and keep our channel intact. And we're also, I think we're outside of the downtrend, the long-term downtrend as well. So we're going to look at that later on. 3.83% down at the moment. So let's get into the rest of that. So we had a big seller, guys. It's explaining a lot of the stuff there. This wallet and a few others linked to it trace back to the validator withdrawal wallet, which at one point in time had almost 600 validators, basically. They exited these back in May, and aside from dabbling in a bit of borrowing of USDL against Pulse, they've done very little else. For reference, 600 validators would currently place them in the top 30 largest validators by withdrawal address on PulseChain, top 15 if you consider the links between some of the larger validator addresses. A bit of quick math shows 600 validators at 32 million Pulse would have been just over 19 billion Pulse. Why did they exit in May and then wait so long to dump? Who knows? Good news, they're completely out. So that's the good news, guys. They also pushed the ETH price of PulseChain against themselves enough so that they exited with less value than they otherwise could have. The exit strategy wasn't very clever. All in all, they bridged out 120 ETH, approximately $464,000 at the time, likely missing out on around 20-30K of additional value had they been a little bit more patient and sensible. Ethereum on PulseChain is still trading, or at least at the time of writing, 2 hours ago. A small premium right now is yet to be arbitrage back down. So it equates to the actual ratio, and of course there's probably a grand or two on the table for anyone interested. There we go. One less person sitting on a decent bag of Pulse as well has gone out. So another arguably weekends has gone out. So that is some of the interesting comments there. That was hot off the press from Crypto Soul. So thanks for that review, and that explains a big part of what's driving us down here today. But what's the other good news? It means that you can buy Pulse even cheaper. Yeah, boy. So when the whales leave, you get the redistribution potentiality, right? Unless another whale buys it up, it goes it depends on who it goes to, but definitely an opportunity at 3,000. Pulse exit right now, quadruple 02 is down 2.4%. A buy and burn is at 7.99%. We're getting so close to 8% based on the Go Pulse numbers. INC at the moment $1.15, down 1.5%, and we've got the was a burn amount taken away there as well. We haven't talked much about that since the RH game, isn't it? Have we? Hex at the moment is just below 67 hundredths of a penny. 69 hundredths of a penny, and we've got EHEX at 1700 a penny. That's dropped off a little bit, hasn't it? We're sitting at 18 and now down at 17, so that's lost almost its glory. But EHEX and PX at the moment 86 hundredths of a penny is a combined price there. Moving to the gas prices, another day. There's 4 or 5 days now down at 370,000 beats, 4 cents for a PulseX swap. So we've had pretty cheap gas all week. Validators right now 53,172, pretty much in the same ballpark what we've had recent days. And the bridge there, let's have a look at that, 95.3 million right now based on GoPulse numbers. That's where we are. So we're down from 96.2, I think it was yesterday. So almost down about 900,000 there. And of course, EHEX has dropped out of that too, let alone the ETH as well. Now, I do have a snapshot. You guys know it, trusted little snapshot, and it's got to be exactly a week, I think. So the 25th, yeah, it's pretty much a week, isn't it? And we were at 101.9 million back then. We had 6,300 ETH. We've now got 6,178. EHEX was 22.9. We're now at 20.1. So we've lost, $2.8 million of value off the old EHEX just with that price pullback. DAI was just below 20 million. DAI at the moment is 20.1. So we're up about 160K on the DAI. USDC was 15.4. We're now at 14.8. So we were about 700K higher back then a week ago. USD Tether was just under 52. We're probably gained about $80,000 on USD Tether. So it's a bit of up and down game there with some of those stories. But that's kind of where we are right now. So we were 101.9. We're now 95.3. So what's that? 4.7, 5.7, 6.6 million, 6.6, 6.8 million down on what we were a week ago. All right, so that is the mark there. Let's quickly look at PulseChain stats as well. And we've got some little interesting stuff in them. So let's quickly go look at the bridge on here. We've got more bridge stats here. They have like a nice little daily inflow outflow charts. One that I made, if you guys remember, I made one of those, but I was doing it manually. My chart was awesome, but I had to do it manually. We got pat myself on the back. Now we got daily inflows there, 814,000. Daily outflows are 1 million and down 250k today. And of course, we had the big whale, right? So that explains a lot there. So that's kind of where we are right now. Now I don't know that. I presumably this goes UDC count snapshot, so presumably it's taken into account that whale. All right, so that's kind of some cool stuff there. We have had some good news though. I just wanted to look at some of the other stuff here. Now I'm not sure whether it's on this one. I haven't, not familiar with all these charts yet on here. But PulseChain TVL, no. Transactions, I think, is the one I'm after. We have seen we had that surge of transactions, right? Back a couple of days ago on the 27th. We were up over 600,000 transactions. In fact, we did that for 2 days. So the 27th, 28th of October, we actually had a really good level of transactions, the first time in 2025. So that's a good sign. So hopefully we can get more of that. We've got a bit of an uptrend there from the looks of it. So hopefully that continues. Just want another good bullish sign there as well. It's kind of cool. What else we got there? Active users, fees, stables. I think that's all I want to talk about there. Crypto, token rankings, leagues. No, we might leave that. That's probably, you could spend a whole show talking about leagues and everything else up there. Maybe we could do that at some other time. We also got PulseX stats here. I don't know if anything I want to talk about that in particular. No, but we will get there. We will get there. Now they have we'll just talk quickly about the burn supply. They do have a slightly different percentage on the burn here of a PulseX than we see over on a GoPulse. So not quite sure what the differences are there. All right, so that is the market there. Let's get into the actual market performance right now. And we've got what have we got here at the top here? We've got PCock. I hate saying the word. It's pretty bad. We're up by 100% there, and it's down 16% on the last 6 hours, but actually still up a 2x on yesterday. It's been around for about a day, and let's have a quick look at this. 1 day and 12 hours, so a day and a half, and it's performing pretty well, obviously. And this has got a website now. You need to do your own due diligence, right? Nothing I say is financial advice because you got to do your checks and balances. It has got a website, gigacock.org. I'm gonna hate that word. But anyway, we got it, and it's got a prediction market, right? So basically a prediction market. I haven't played around with it at all. It's basically set up now. You could set a lot of stuff up like this. I don't know whether it works or not, but the site is up, etc. So yeah, I don't know if it's got audits or anything else. We recently saw Jack Levin from X1, of course, put out some of the mathematics of a prediction market. So I don't even know if it's got that in it. But nevertheless, it is up and running with all the tokens, and it is pumping today. So that is the Giga markets there, and you apparently can put your name in and start testing it out. So I don't know what we got. I'm just going to call it Joe. Let's call it Joe and start the beta. Let's see how we go with that. So Joe, and you can do some testing here. So you can, on INC, any of these tokens, and I guess can you scroll the bar? No, I guess you can't. But you can jump in on each individual one there. It's got X greater than or equal to 0.05 by December. So I guess it's just on testnet right now. I've got 10,000 tokens, so we could put put 1,000 tokens on that. So what's it saying? Greater than 5 cents by December. Well, am I bullish on that? Well, let's put 100 on that. Let's put 100 on that, and let's go yes side. And I don't know, is that going to work? Work. Buy and sell, right? You got to buy and sell. And no, it doesn't even let you do that at the moment. So market is closed for trading. And there we go. The market's not open for that. Anyway, so that's basically a price prediction market. We'll see how that goes. And with the launch, you might want to get into the socials and see if it's real or that. I haven't done that. So there we go. Bit of a name there. Now I hate saying that name on live stream, so I'm going to try and avoid that token. I'm going to call it GC from now on. It's called GC. It makes me feel a lot more comfortable talking about that. We're going to go talk about this meme that popped up and rich mode activated. So we got a rich meme token here. But there's something interesting about this is that this got a LP. It's only been up for, it's been around for 2 months and 11 days, but Rich at Mode Activators just got an LP set up with LibertySwap, for goodness sake. LibertySwap used some of their little reserve from the looks of it to set this up. So we might talk about that as well. So let's go to the X count and see whether that's showing up. Let me just pop this up. Yeah, don't forget to get in the chat there, folks. Get lively. I mean, it's all about community after all, you know. Let me get in there. If I'm missing anything too, anything cool that you've seen, let us know. I'd love to talk about that if it's, you know, not a rug pull. So yeah, I mean, they had this, so it's pretty exciting. Let me just scroll down here a little bit. I think it was a bit further down, was it? Yeah. So 5 hours ago, a Rich said a wild LP has appeared. New Rich PCock pair. Thank you, LibertySwap. So it doesn't look like Rich put it together. It looks like it's from the LibertySwap reserve. You know, they've got a sort of reserve to set up LP positions. And if you're one of those lucky chosen pump tire tokens, I guess you get support. Thank you, Rich. Hope your team make great use of the LP and grow together with PCock. So I'm not sure what makes them get qualified. Are they mates or whatever? I don't know. But they certainly got a support there. So, you know, the Rich community pretty happy about that. Yeah, the crayon looks great with LibertySwap. So, you know, we're getting more stuff there. Now, there was a call by LibertySwap, remember, to the pump tires community. If you're out there in the community to, you know, get it set up in our people, join the party on the old PCock Liberty because, you know, the Stargate Gateway is on the move. So it's pretty cool. We also got Gerardo out here. I guess is it his token? I can't remember, but so it begins, he says. So it begins to the upside there. He's got some pretty bullish 12x upside there he's got on here. So we'll see how that goes. LibertySwap's the bird is the king of pump tires. I'm just a humble yet proud holder of it. Full send. Yeah, we've got full send mode in play there. Rich says 5 hours ago, 7K worth of buy pressure in the last 30 minutes, met by 5K sell volume. Let his hands be gone. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame on PulseChain, isn't it? We get a lot of that, but it is just what it is. It's how markets operate. And no doubt that was probably PCock buying that up, right? And pushing that up there. Probably played a role. We'll have to match up the timelines, probably what was going on there. So, yeah, Rich on the move, up 85% today. Happens to be our top performer right now. SCADA there as well. Obviously, that launched recently on the back of Nuclear Supply, right? One of their tokens. That's up, still up 29% for 24 hours, but down 18% on the last 6 hours. So, have a quick look at that. And that chart's still looking amazing. You know, the Nuclear Supply team are very clever guys. They do a lot of stuff around scarcity. Yeah, that is on the up. So well done to those guys. PHEN right now, PulseChain PHEN up at 12% at the moment, number 4. And number 5 is PCock, guys. It's up 7.63%. That's pretty good, right? And also number 7 pair is also PCock there with a Go Pulse in between at 9.4 cents, up 7.5%. But PCock is on the move. So let's talk about PCock because this is, you know, just building. I mean, you got to remember it's near all-time highs. I mean, it's not at all-time high, but it's near it. And so let's have a look at that. All right, we've got some people in the chat, so we've got some people in the chats. We've got School of Crypto says, I'm a Hex owner, grinder lovers, says School of Rock Crypto. Yeah, well, you can't go too wrong with the old X there because we know it's going to fly at some stage, a bit like the old PCock here. Now, let's get into the charts and have a look at this. So we've got a lot to talk about with the PCock. And, you know, if you haven't joined our strategy club, the link is in the video description on the YouTube channels. Join up today, only $35 a month. It's a private Discord, but you get in the strategy club there. You get tons of alpha and intel flowing through there all the time. You know, I'm here all the time. So if you're busy, if you're new, a great place for you to be. And I'll be passing all the intel there as we review and go through PulseChain and other chains like X1 as well. So definitely get in there. The other big thing, of course, is if you're on X, you just go up to the top of the profile there. You'll be able to find the link to Discord and join up the Strategy Club today. Really great value in there. Join up, and then I'll see you there. All right, so we've got PCock right now, just under 2.1 cents, and that chart's looking pretty amazing. Look, this I think is going to be absolute juggernaut on PulseChain. Absolute juggernaut. We're talking about you know, the bridge swapping along with dexing and all the other things that are coming for PCock. It's going to be absolutely huge. We're talking about horizontal scaling, vertical scaling, and these guys are doing it all to pump the bird. The old PCock there. It's going to be crazy. Now, PulseChain will need a really at least one big meme, at least one big meme that has the potential to go to the $1 billion+ mark, right? There's only 8 meme coins in the world that are over $1 billion. And that would get you up to about rank 110 in the top 150 on CoinGecko. So PCock is really setting itself up potentially for that role, right? Potentially for that role. Now we have obviously dozens and dozens of pump tires come out that are, have been operating at reasonable valuations. They're all kind of small, but they've been ticking away. But actually, this is we need one, and will it be PCock? There are one or two other candidates out there potentially, but PCock is at the moment is just a juggernaut, absolute juggernaut, and we're going to talk more about that now. That's why we've been spending a lot of time on it over the last week, just because of all the incredible things that are happening with the old LibertySwap and PCock. So that is the chart right now, sitting at just below 2.1 cents. Now we know that their target at minimum, they want to talk about billions, but let's just be a bit more modest and talk about $1 billion and look at where the market cap is. So we're going to switch over to market cap on the chart. And we're actually going to should we go to big screen? Let's go to the big screen there. And we can see the market cap there. We're currently at 17.74 million. So if we're heading to $1 billion, we've got a long way to go. So let's have a look at where we might be there at $1 billion. And that would be a 58.8x right now, 58.8x to $1 billion. And so this is huge, guys. So it can be life-changing wealth for those that, join the crew, as it were, on the old PCock. Now, let's have a look at the DEX, of course, which launched only, 2 days ago. And here we are, PulseChain PCock. We've got the PCock DEX on LibertySwap.finance. And we can now see that we got the 24-hour volume total market 327K. We got the PCock LibertySwap buy pressure, a massive $22,440, guys. This was down at like 17,000, and now we're at 22,440. So it'd be great to have a chart that tracks that, but that is where we are at the moment. I've been really impressed by that, so keep a look out for that. And that's about to go next level next week. So we're going to talk about what that is. So yeah, absolutely amazing right now. So keep a look out for that. Now, obviously, they've set up their categories a little bit different as we normally have them. But in terms of Poseidons, they've got tons of them because they're based on US dollars. And this is what we're going to see for XGame, right, coming out with SolidX. With the SolidX staking, they're going to have US dollar brands rather than percentage. Normally we do percentages. Like a whale will be 1%. Shark will be 0.1%, etc. Well, here they're doing the US dollars, and we're also going to see, funny that these two big projects are doing that way for the holders. So pretty interesting there. Now, let's jump over to the news on LibertySwap. So we've got quite a few updates here to go through. So I hope you guys enjoy it, because this is the juggernaut we potentially could be looking forward to. And this is the way that LibertySwap talks. Like, they talk like this. They certainly, everything that they share the vision of Richard Hart, and the question is, are they associated with Richard Hart? That's the question. So let me know in the chat there what you think. Looking for your blues clues. Now, it's going to be fun. So, all right, so let's go back to the other screen here, and let's go for gold. I might make that a bit bigger there and see how that matches up there. I think that's pretty good. We could go one more. What do you reckon? One more time? Yeah, let's do it. That's good. All right, so validators on PulseChain earn about 12% per annum. So that's about right. Everyone knows 10 to 12%, something like that for the standard validator. Meanwhile, our stablecoin swap routes, this is from LibertySwap, have been generating an impressive 120% APR even during the bear market. So they're pushing all this wealth creation back into the system, right? So this is really incredible. So they're earning high yields, but they're also expanding the yield opportunity, so they're increasing their income base as well. So it's fantastic, guys. Absolute juggernaut on PulseChain. How many projects on PulseChain have this sort of business, as I like to call it, or a group of businesses pumping up the chain? It's a bit like having a big, giant, whale just constantly buying, and that whale keeps getting bigger. It's kind of like that, right? So the whale keeps buying all the time, and constantly all the time. It's automated. And then the whale keeps getting bigger. It's like the whale's eating a lot of good PCock or something. I don't know, but it's going pretty well. We got YNG in house there. G'day all. Great to see you, YNG. Big welcome. Don't forget to smash the subscribe button on YouTube. We're streaming on 3 YouTube channels: the Crypto Night Show, Superman Crypto, and of course PulseChain X. and a big welcome to all the new members on YouTube. Also, a big shout out to everybody over on X. Really going good there. And as you guys know, I've had to rebuild my channel on X, but we're starting to get a bit of a momentum over there. So definitely hit the follow button and share the channel around. Really helps a lot if you like to get PulseChain and crypto coverage, virtually every day. And we've been streaming for about 6 years or so. I don't even remember how long now. It just feels forever. And so, get into it, folks. Good morning, Chads. Let the bird fly. Absolutely there, Sean. Absolutely. Now, Sean's one of our members in Strategy Club, I think. So, kind of cool to see Sean in the house. So, there we go. Join up Strategy Club as well. All right. All fees are directed towards PCock buybacks. Woohoo! Let's go. And PLS accumulation. We like that. So, they accumulate PLS as well. That gives them a lot of fighting power and a lot of options, right? Especially once the funds are for the PCock buybacks are a bit lower, they can always come in with the PLS. They got lots of options there, and of course they're plowing all these resources back in. Now their Ethereum routes, which are relatively new, right? So they've just added those, are currently earning 41% APR, and the upcoming PLS routes are expected to outperform Pulse values. So the Pulse value is getting about 12%. They got these Pulse route pools coming up, and that's probably what we're going to see next week. And this is really getting the core tokens in place. So think about the stable coins, then adding the ETH, and then adding the Pulse, and now we've got the whole family of those cores, and then you can build on top of that, right? The other big thing, of course, they're wanting to get people to pair up all their pump tires to PCock, and the more pairings that we see, then the more volume that's there as well, and they can earn more fees that way too. So kind of cool. Every bit of Pulse earned will be used to strengthen the PCock, both the PCock deflationary routes and, of course, PDI deflationary routes are massive burn potential. And that's the other thing we're expecting to see, right, is EHEX and PDI, right? Those are coming into the mix as well. So we might see that next week as well. And that's going to be probably quite a big acceleration. We know that the PDI community is one of the biggest communities on PulseChain. And that's going to be pretty epic there. All right, so that's some of the bullish news there that we saw from the team. We've got lots of little notes that we're going to read too, if any things of interest there. CryptoCo says that's mind-blowing. You're making history on PulseChain. Absolutely. Yes, our small liquidity generates massive profits, and this is the really clever part of this team. They're able to get that high yield, right? And this is going to, really fast track the old PCock up to that big valuation we talked about. 58x plus to get to 1 billion. Let alone 2-3 billion or whatever it's going to be, mainly thanks to efficient capital management. And that's really the heart of what they're doing, right? It's a really key principle is that they are really looking to make sure they're capital efficient. And that's really a big story about how you create real big wealth over time. Now, the goal is to limit capital exposure to smart contract risk while continuously improving profitability. Awesome stuff there from these guys. So some good stuff going there as well. Yeah, we're also going to build a burn dashboard for the PDI. It's going to be awesome. So that's another bit of secret sauce there. They're going to have a dashboard for PDI burn as well. So the ecosystem is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And as they say, buy and hold PCock, all their earnings are flowing back into PCock, fueling buybacks, LP, and burn. So LP, liquidity pools, and burn. Pretty awesome. Now, a little sneak peek here was open USDC channel to Solana. So not only do we have like Ethereum and BNB and those sort of chains, but they're actually expanding over to other chains like Solana, etc. And of course, they've got a tease here in November. So like I say, there's so much. This ecosystem's just going to explode every week. So it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, like an inflating balloon. It's going, so it's going to be pretty awesome. So they're just accelerating that buy pressure, burning, and of course the pulse there as well. So some good stuff happening there. Let's jump out of there and get into the next one. And I think I'm not sure if we're quite up to there yet. So we're going to scroll up a little bit here. Let's see here. I just think I've got the morning one here. Let me just scroll back to make sure I'm in the right place. Let's see here. I'm not sure how far back I was actually. Let's see here. Not sure whether I've gone. I came out of there and I flicked into the wrong spot. I'm not sure where that was. Let's scroll forward here. I think I've gone a bit too far, guys. But back too far. So we're going to scroll up there. Don't get dizzy. Don't get dizzy. All right, we're getting there. We're close. All right. All right. Now, the other big thing, of course, is they've already got 15.4% of the total supply has been burned to PCock, so that's a very important number. And yeah, yesterday, 20 hours ago, they burned 28,000 PCock got burned in one single transaction. Remember, this is a pump tire, so only start off with $1 billion. They've already burned 15.5%. So it's just game on, just really accelerating buy pressure, just constant buy pressure, automated, pretty huge. So we went through that comment. That's the comment one with there. Now I'm going to bypass this one, but this is a very important one as well. But we're going to bypass that. Talking about how they use capital efficiency to help pump the yields. We'll scroll back up here. We're almost there, I think. Yeah, so this is where we're going to start. So good morning. This is 11 hours ago. This is the opening day for LibertySwap. Good morning, friends. Overnight fees were collected. Pulse was bought and liquidity was added for PCock. The bird keeps getting stronger, and it really is exciting. So, very, very cool. Now, I'm just trying to spend a bit more time on things that really, I think, are going to matter for PulseChain bull market, right? And LibertySwap is standing right at the frontier of this now. It really is crazy. And as Sean says, yeah, let the bird fly. That's going to be a big, big, big reward there. All right, so that's kind of cool. Straight out of the gate, 10 hours ago, the liquidity added to PCock is carefully managed, and that's great for price. Why? We buy PCock first, then buy Pulse to pair with it. So they buy PCock first, and then they buy Pulse to pair with it. And of course, so the same supply is introduced into the market, but now it's paired with Pulse, strengthening the PCock Pulse pool. When we run out of PCock to add liquidity, we'll buy PCock and repeat the cycle. Isn't that awesome? I mean, this is just unbelievable firepower here. And this way, the PCock Pulse liquidity keeps getting thicker, or no new PCock supplies introduced into the market. Some secret sauce right there. That's beautiful. Beautiful stuff going on there. Good job. PCock will be worth billions. I love it. I love it. So, pretty exciting there. That was just their first couple of posts in the day. And these guys aren't mucking around. They say stuff and then they do it. That's the thing. A lot of people can say stuff, not have to do it. Sleep in for the night, for example. But no, these guys are going all gold. They're going all guns there. All right, so kind of cool. 8 hours ago, the PCock chart is shaping up beautifully. Next week could be very interesting. Next week. So they just had a big launch with the PCock DEX. They had this PCock DEX. They just launched that. And they're already talking about the next rollout, next launches next week. They keep doing this constantly. It really is a powerhouse there. Sean O'Malley says Strategy Club is gold. Yeah, join up today. The link's in the video description, guys, on YouTube, and pinned to the top of X as well. Join up Strategy Club as well. PCock chart is shaping up beautiful. Now, just imagine this if somebody bought in $200,000 worth of fresh capital. So we're just stepping up here, stepping up every week here. Very excited about that. Keeping adding more and more. The bird must fly. Pulled some emergency funds from under the couch. The bird must fly. Yeah, it's got to be on. So awesome stuff there coming from the team. And that is for next week, guys. So they're already setting us up for the next week stuff. And of course, next week's not far away. Right? It's not far away. So some pretty exciting stuff happening there. We'll scroll up a little bit here. 6 hours ago, we never stopped being bullish at the multi-year bottom of PulseChain. PCock is clearly showing that things are shifting for the better. We'll keep buying back and burning to protect that new spirit taking shape for PulseChain, for the respective RH work and vision, and for PCock. So if you're wondering why they're doing stuff, well, here's their their vision, why their drivers. Look, I said this at the beginning. It's these guys are either just very passionate and very intelligent, smart guys that are out for Richard's vision, or they're associated to Richard. You decide. So that is pretty much it on there. So got some cool stuff there. We've got lots of people making comments and they're reposting those. Very excited about all this. So smashed it through the LibertySwap. They use base USDC to PulseChain. Absolutely sick. You guys are killing it. Had to get me some more PCock. Get that buy and burn feature going, didn't I? PCock to $10, they say. So awesome stuff happening there with that quote. I thought it was pretty cool, but they're getting lots of that. Let me look here. So this is 3 hours ago. Our season is here. Pretty exciting. Ian Heinisch, of course, one of the big influencers in PulseChain. When will it be our season? Wrong answers only. And I go, LibertySwap says our season is here. The great coins are starting to show their strength. Our buy pressure keeps growing, and next week will mark another milestone of massive buybacks and new LP for PCock. So like I said, there's got all these horizontal scaling, all these new additions. It is crazy, guys. Massive buybacks, so and new LP for PCock. So obviously we've got Pulse expected to come along, EHEX, I think, and PDI. All those big moves are expected. And then, of course, there's more chains to be added too, right? I think their vision was something like 30, 40 chains. So it's just going to continue to scale and scale and scale. And of course, you remember a PCock was a pump ties with 1 billion tokens, 15.5% already burned, and this is all just going away. And they've got all these reinforcement mechanisms with all that revenue earning. It's crazy, guys. It's crazy. Deflation through real activity, not by taxing it, so it's not a reflection token. And beautiful, sir. So yeah, really excited about that. And let's see what sort of comments they had there. What's the best way to send funds out of a Pulse and Sol they got there? Use the protocol. If you're going in or out of PulseChain, same answer, right? LibertySwap there, enabling you to do that real fast. 2 hours ago, man, I'll be honest with you all, we've barely started any real marketing yet, and that's another big thing, right? So these guys have ambition around marketing as well, and PCock has already reached 18 million market cap purely through buybacks and burns, through buybacks and burns. Imagine what happens when our marketing actually hits the internet. So take note of this, guys. They haven't really talked much about this as far as my recollection. This is now dropping us a little bit more alpha about where this team is going. So yeah. Who are they? What are they doing? But so far, they've just kept doing what they're saying they're going to do, and it keeps going and going and going. And here we go on the move upwards there. And as I say, come back earlier. If we're going to get into one of the top, be really seen, have something that's seen on PulseChain, why not one of the big meme coins, right? Why not be meme coin number 9? And then maybe once you get to there, we can start rising through the ranks. And obviously, once you get to number 7, you're already in the top 100 and of all coins, and then you're game on, right? You're game on. Alex in house there says smash the video. Absolutely smash the video there. Thanks, Alex. And definitely get on that. So yeah, when Coinbase, it's been 2 weeks, we'll stabilize the pool on ETH and BNB first. Spread ourselves too thin isn't ideal. The tech is already there, just liquidity and timing. Woo! All right, so some exciting stuff there. Obviously, they've been talking about Coinbase quite a bit as well. So yeah, I mean, it's just game on, right? Expand, get some of those big exchanges as well. So some pretty cool stuff there. I think that was it from this one. But that's pretty awesome. So we're getting all the stuff. We've got new LP scaling next week. Probably some of those coins that I just mentioned. We've got, they're now teasing about marketing, real marketing. And man, if they do their marketing as well as they're doing the rest of their protocol, it's pretty huge, right? So, and they've teased about Coinbase. So lots of things in the mix here, but they always seem to deliver what they're saying, right? So 1 hour ago, this is the update an hour ago, 617,000 in liquidity against Pulse, 21 million market cap, 22,000 USDC in fresh inflows via LibertySwap, and 342,000 in trading volume, while the price consolidates at all-time high. Now imagine next week. So second post today about next week. So imagine next week if another 200, and now it's even higher, $300,000. They've even added a higher range on this, and liquidity flows into Pulse and PCock. That'd be incredible. We are PulseChain buy pressure. So where's the capital coming from? Wink, wink. Is it a wink, wink? So you can decide what the wink, wink is there. But that's crazy, guys. That's crazy. Because I remember a little story from about a little PCock story that those started off with pretty humble beginnings. But now you've got capital flows of 200, 300,000 suddenly coming out of nowhere. What the fudge is going on here, guys? What the fun? It's a bit like a puzzle, right? Trying to put the puzzle together. You got this protocol that's a juggernaut. It's the first, a bridge DEX on PulseChain, focused on PulseChain. Multi-chain, of course, bridge DEX. It is an absolute juggernaut powerhouse, and these guys just keep stepping it up week after week. It's insanity, but it's stuff that's sort of the insanity we love in crypto. It's kind of like the Holy Grail. We're always hunting the Holy Grail in crypto, and this is really, really cool. Now, imagine next week if another 200, 300K in liquidity flows into Pulse and PCock. That'd be incredible. We are the PulseChain buy pressure. I mean, look at the bold statements, but they can make these, people can make statements, but you got to back it up. And what does this team do? Always backing it up. And that's just going next level, next level, next level. It's pretty crazy stuff there. $10 is our first target, a long road ahead, but we'll get there. So we got this cool stuff like that. Currently, only our D apps and a few upcoming protocols support PCock burns, and soon PDI burns for every cross-chain transaction. Woohoo! PDI burns is going to accelerate that because they get some good numbers. And of course, one of the biggest communities on PulseChain there. The tokens themselves aren't tax-based, so it's essential to keep building more applications around them to drive both burns and buy pressure. We're also developing a market maker application for PulseX V2 that could enable a massive wave of buybacks or burns for any token on PulseX V2. So this is another feature they just put in there, the comments. See why you have to read the comments as well, because they always dropping in other little alpha bits as well that are going to pump the PCock, right? And of course, if we get something like a big meme coin that suddenly just starts racing away because you get more belief coming, so you have all this foundational economics, financial moving the market, but then you get belief as well, and it's game on after that, right? You get the big players starting to come in, they're fattening up the LP, bigger players can come in, push the price up, and it starts to really run away with the number of users, right? Pretty exciting. So at the moment, it's just stepping nicely up there and consolidating as well. So we can see the price of the chart. Let's quickly go to that. It is looking pretty solid here right now. Now, obviously, RSI is still a very important measure, and does tell you whether things are overbought, oversold. But when you're up against this sort of buying power, it's going to be pretty fun to see this stay hot, I think, a lot. I think we're going to have a pretty hot RSI, even with that said. Now, we're also always going to get somebody that decides to sell out early, but I think that's a big mistake. Now, people can do what they want. There's a free world, and yeah, they make some nice little money there. But I think ultimately that will end up being a big mistake. So that is where we are right now. We've got Hexgrad in the house there. Hexgrad reposted the stream. A big shout out there. Appreciate that. Big shout out there. He's also in our Discord, guys. Join up to our Discord. See you there. All right. So, 17.87 million on the market right now. On the daily there, we've got RSI at 68. So we'll keep a tabs on that. Now, so that's kind of cool. And of course, that built on their setup that they had as well, that which we read the other day. So there's lots of cool things to keep up to date with these guys. These guys are building an absolute money, I don't know, avalanche of money coming into this system. And of course, ultimately, if we get a meme coin that really is pumping up to that top thing, it's going to put PulseChain, just another massive thing to put PulseChain on the map. And I would say one of the key things that we could do to get PulseChain bigger on the map there. All right, so that's kind of cool. So exciting stuff, man. Isn't that cool? Yeah, that is huge. That's huge. And of course, you got PCock there is pulling away from Most. Remember, Most was the biggest meme coin on PulseChain, pump tires. Well, now you got PCock now is massively taken over. I mean, this is like a $6 million gap. And I said to you once they launched PCock Dex that it was just going to leave, even Most token in the behind there in the dust. But that being said, we are expecting a new front end pump tires for PCock, and also pulling up all the pools. So that should help lift a lot of the pump tire protocols, regardless with it. They'll go with it if they have done that. So it's kind of cool right now. All right, so let's jump back into the comment there on that one. I don't know if we've got anything else left. No, that's it for the time being, guys. But like I say, these guys are on regular updates, and we got some alpha drops there today. So some big stuff happening next week. LPs, hundreds of thousands of dollars, $200,000-$300,000 coming in. More LP expansion. Probably adding EHEX and PDI, my guess there. Pulse as well, right? Obviously the big juggernaut there. So yeah, we'll see how that all layers out, but could be pretty epic. And of course, we've got the expansion on the other side, right? So let's talk about that quickly with the liquidity DEX. Obviously, people can provide liquidity now for PCock. The fees, of course, go used to pump up the PCock there. And you've got PCock and on Ethereum and Pulse here right now. They can provide liquidity to help the whole system along, right? So that's kind of what we are right now. Obviously, got the exchange. On the exchange at the moment, the bridge here to all these other chains. We can go to USDC, you can go to Base, Ethereum, BSC, Arbitrum, Pulse, and Solana. Those are the ones in the mix there. So yeah, so we've got Solana too, not just EVM chains. We've got USD Tether, obviously, at the moment on BNB and Ethereum. We've got DAI on Ethereum. And then we've obviously a recent addition has been this ETH. And of course, that's making some more really good income as well. And then we've got the PCock there right now, right, on the 3 chains. And that was set up. Remember, they sent 25 million PCock from a PulseChain over to the Ethereum and BNB chain. They've actually now got their own market cap, right? So that's additional market cap, the 17.86 million we see on PulseChain. And so that's also additional. And of course, that will be really weird because as the price of PCock goes up, they will have different market caps across different chains. So you're going to add them all together, which is going to be pretty interesting. So that is where we are right now. And we are expecting Pulse? Expecting Pulse to come in there as well. And we'll find out what actually happens with the EHEX and the PDI as well. They're probably going to be separate there using the Omni-chain technology, right? So we'll keep a look at that. But all the fees generated going out to burn the PCock, buy the PCock, fatten up the LP, and help build up that Pulse treasury too, no doubt. Some exciting stuff there. Man, it is super exciting, guys. We've been waiting for this. Now, we knew we were coming into the season for PulseChain. We just had XGame launch, which is just the beginning of that big decentralized casino or gaming site from Firewell. We're expecting a lot more stuff from that. Stay tuned for that. And then, of course, we've got LibertySwap and PCock absolutely launching a juggernaut with this, what I call Stargate to the other chains, man. It's Stargate all the way to these other chains. It's so good. And, of course, the gateway to PulseChain as well. It is absolutely epic, guys. And, man, it's these are the things we've been waiting for to put us on the map, and it's happening. Now, the other big thing, of course, is we've got a lot of cool things happening with CoinWell coming up. So we're going to bring that up in a minute. That's kind of our LibertySwap PCock coverage right now. Some of the other coins that are doing pretty well, Zendog, which is compared to PCock as well. That's at number 7 or 8 here, up 6%. We've got OG WebChef, world's greatest PDI printer, at number 9, up 6% there. We've got some of James Maria other stuff here as well. We've got the Tropa in the mix here at number 11 and number 13, up about 5.5%. Love.io from Anderson, Mr. Anderson. When are we going to see some platform launches and some apps? Keep a look. Mr. Anderson, I should get him on the live stream again, and let's get it going. But that's up 5% right now. Great brand. Just love to see it expand from its Luffy.com store, which currently brings in a bit of capital to push that price up. We've got PDC the Greys, obviously sitting at 1866. Now, it had a little run earlier, didn't it back up to 2300, but has been sold down a bit there. Obviously, a bit of work to be done, but it does face competition now. I still think it's going to be do very well as our blue chip first DAO project. But of course, it does face, I think, competition from some of these other ones like Vouch, which is the number one validator on PulseChain, and like PCock and things like that. You are competing with other projects, always the case. But and that said, I still think it's probably going to do pretty well in the bull market here. Now we've got Liberty right now, number 16, up 4%. Top out paired with PCock as well from Crypto Coffee, one of the big influencers on PulseChain, up almost 3.9% as well. We've got Swarm is up 3.7%. Zero Trust, of course, with PCock as well. That's up 3.6%. So a lot of the PCock associated coins doing pretty well. What else is there? DeepC is up 2.2% there. ALGO Hex Derivative, which is interesting because, given Hex is down a bit, that is up 1.3% as well. What else is doing pretty well? We've got UFO, number 29, associated to PCC the Greys, which is just below it with the Hex pair. They're up about 1%. So those are kind of the major plays there. We've got a few other little green coins with Fetch, Oracle from Liquid Loans. The Hex price, of course, up just slightly there, less than 0.5%. We've got Ink Dollar there as well. And, of course, we've got this new protocol, Vault 369, from Fast Abdul, who's the founder of Ink Dollar there. A Reserve Tay at number 37, up a little bit. And that's pretty much it. So we've got 39 coins out of the top 100 that are green today. Everything else is slightly not green. We know the Sunday Mini Meal apparently is going over to Solana. Boo! After all the copies and stuff like that, the big opportunity there, Sunday Mini Meal will be a beast. It will be if they actually execute their strategy. So far, they've been doing it a bit slower because I think they're preserving all that buy and burn capital. Not really sure why they're going to Solana. Maybe it's because of the Ethereum Solana theme around treasuries and things like that, and tokenization. But we'll see. They should probably still stay here. Maybe Floyn Network, Floyn Capital has heard they've got about 12,000 high-value clients, which we were going to get on PulseChain, right? So it's going to be a great road for institutional investment into PulseChain from Europe. And they're going to, looks like they're going over to, maybe they've advised them to get onto Solana. So a bit of a hassle there. But anyway, they're still buying and burning the token, but on a slow pace, right? So slow pace there. That I estimate they've probably got well in excess of $10 million in that buy and burn reserve that they've got there. So that's a little disappointing there, in fact. All right, so that's pretty much it. We've got our others down here. Obviously, everything else is down. SolidX right now, of course, we're going to talk about briefly. We are expecting the staking to come out. So SolidX is going to have 5 different staking pools based on US dollars. So similar to how LibertySwap has set theirs up. And at the moment, let's go to the price here. So the price at the moment, $1.91. Now, we saw a ton of rotation, obviously, out into, along with INC token, into into X Games with the big up rally for X Games. I can't remember exactly what X's was. It was 23 or something like that. But the value ended up getting rotated just by some of the investors. You just don't need a lot, right, to rotate. And we haven't seen a re-rotation back in yet, so we haven't seen a reversal. But we are waiting for the staking pools to be set up, and that will be based on US dollars, the amount of that. And of course, if SolidX has a reversal, which we're expecting, then you would then get free ride up those staking pools and get high rewards. And it's going to be also other rewards like bank accounts, potentially credit cards, and lots of other things planned for the staking pool. So it's going to be pretty interesting there. I know some of those features would actually be pretty in decent demand as well. All right, so that's kind of where we are right now. $1.91 on the old SolidX. I'm not sure where the X game is down here, but let's scroll down a bit further here. Actually, I don't see X game on here at the moment. But X game also, I think, was at 1 cent, was it? 1 cent, I think, maybe somewhere like that. You don't see it here, so we might have to look for it. Let's go look for it here. So X game. And it's just tapping under 1 cent right now, so it's down 15% right now. And obviously there was a bit of drama about who's holding coins, and I won't get into that. You can find all that on X, but that's in there as well. There's lots of commentaries on that. I reviewed a few yesterday, but I'm a no drama channel, so I don't really talk about too much of that. It's a very fine line between drama channel and talking about the drivers of a chart. But I think we'll leave this one 1 cent right now. And this got pushed down a little bit here. So the market cap 3.7 million right now, but we're expecting a lot more stuff coming from X Game, and we'll talk about that as it comes out. So stay tuned for all that. I know that Randy Alaska is doing a great job as well, playing games with the old X Game. Some great competitions. Definitely check out Randy Alaska. He's doing some pretty cool giveaways in the X Game profile as well. But rules are changing on the 17th of May. On YouTube, so we're going to see how that plays out. Certainly X will be very good for that platform. All right, so that's pretty much it on that one. What else was I supposed to talk about? X Game. We're going to talk about Rome, of course, and Gladiator Games. CoinWell is what I want to talk about next, so let's go do that. And did I finish off my coverage here on the trendings? Let's have a quick look at what's at the bottom. I guess we'll talk a little bit about that. We got Unity down here. It's still adjusting. We know we've still got about 13 days or so to go for that to adjust. Vouch at the moment is down 13%. That could be a nice little entry on the old Vouch #1 validator. And that's just taking a bit of profit there today at 5,200 right now. Let's see. With the RSI is at 50 on the daily, so it's Vouch. I think that's probably it there, is it? Yeah. Oh, we've got X Game down here too. I missed it before. We had X Game down there too. Time Dividend also down 5%, so that's down. And let's look at that from Time Dividend. It might be it's probably almost a good entry level right now at 40. It's been at 40 before now, RSI. Still got an uptrend in place. 2.1 cents. So had a bit of a profit take after that run. Could be a nice, reasonable, at least a DCA, maybe a party of DCA bags. Now, the other one was Vault 369, and that is down here 5% as well. And of course, we are waiting for the launch of the protocol. So the token's launched, but the protocol hasn't launched yet. Now, I'd be a little bit cautious about getting in at this stage, given the big run up and pullback here. But that being said, the website that's going to launch, it's going to be a multi-chain, multi-collateral liquidity fork, which is impressive, right? That's impressive from Fast Abdul. And I really like the way he launched this. One of my criticisms of the last launch of the ink printer was, the team tokens being sold into the market, not by him, but by some other teammates. And of course, he fixed that up this time by having an anonymous launch of pump tires, which I think is great. And the chart shows it. It's a way better chart. So, hats off to him for that. It was really, really cool. And this is going to be a heavyweight protocol, right? So let's see. This is really, really big. This adds to potentially one of our blue chips. I've been talking about we want at least half a dozen blue chips by the end of the year, and we're getting them, folks, with some of the big protocols. And this, helps to make PulseChain far more investable in the chain. It's great to have degens and memes and everything else, but you certainly want the heavyweight utilities and investable projects as well. So this is looking pretty cool, and it really looks like it's going to be the first one, as far as I'm aware, first multi-chain, multi-collateral liquidity fork that I'm aware of. And of course, you guys know we've already got 4 of about 35 liquidity forks in the world are on PulseChain, and I think we've got the top 10, 4 of the top 10, if I remember rightly, assuming they're still up at that value. And so, yeah, this could be an absolute juggernaut. Now, how's it going to perform? A Liquidity Forks perform so-so. They're not really I wouldn't put them on the same category as a PCock, for example. But will this outperform the others? I know that there's a lot of secret sauce happening here. You're going to be able to earn fees, borrowing fees, redemption fees, liquidity penalties, multi-chain, multi-collaterals. So it's got that scalability, both horizontal scalability there as well. So certainly should perform a lot better. So yeah, keep a lookout. Could be pretty interesting. They do have a lot of locking system as well in here. So that could be really cool too. And I know he's got a few tricks up his sleeves, the old Fast Abdul. So yeah, I'm optimistic about this, and this could create good investable return project. Fantastic. So that is the vault right now. Yeah, but it's it's had a nice rally there. Hasn't come down that fast, because of the way they launched it, down 22.5%. It's no down 80% or 90%. But yeah, keep a lookout. That's really optimistically about this Vault 369. Now that was going to bring us into CoinWell, and of course our next big whale. We talked about Firewhale with SolidX and XGame, which we've got a lot more stuff coming down the line. But actually, CoinWell from Rackham Michelle is coming thick and fast, isn't it? So let's have a look at Rackham. And I know he's been buying lots of Tesla trucks or something, but it's on the move. In fact, he's been posting a lot of really I don't know, it's kind of random stuff, but it's kind of makes sense too. So I'm not sure what we say about that. But let's see. So he posted this on the 30th. This was a sneak peek of essentially a kind of a liquidity fork on here too. We know that Triple Dad is kind of, I think it's like the CEO and kind of maybe one of the junior partner or something. But I'm not exactly sure the full role that he has in it. But he's certainly involved, I think, in leading the operations potentially. And of course, he's launched a lot of those other products that we've talked about in the past. But here we got this liquidity fork here about borrowing. So you got the liquidity fork set up there, borrowing. Now I thought, and I was pretty sure that the US dollars was USDR, which would be a Rackham branded dollar, which I thought would be great. I really like the idea. I know some people would hate it, but I really would like it. I think that's cool. I could almost imagine a dollar with his face on it. You know how we see these memes of Richard Hart with the dollar on Richard Hart stuff, but this was actually have a value behind it, so it'd be pretty cool. So yeah, we've got protocol performance there. Now, I think one of the issues with the liquidity forks is that they're over collateralized, and this has always been an issue. And you guys know that's why I've been so keen about a decentralized stablecoin, which is really the holy grail. We really don't have one of those in the world. I went back many years and did a whole survey of that last year to see what actually the beginning of this year I did it to see what stablecoin protocols had launched. And nothing has really been a true algorithmic decentralized stablecoin. So it's still the holy grail. There's a thing called the stablecoin trilemma, and we've got 2 out of 3 of the solutions in the market. And on PulseChain, we have Coast, which is the fiat-backed one, and then we have 4 liquidity forks, right, which is over-collateralized. And then we're after the third dimension of this triangle, which is scalability. And that's what we're looking forward to with a algorithmic stablecoin. That's why I'm always so bullish about PUSD algo. The problem is that we're still waiting for a full-featured Oracle like Signum Oracle to launch, which we're waiting for Tetra to launch. So we need Tetra, then Signum. But we are excited because potentially we're going to get a launch time finally for Tetra. Apparently, it's on its final legs of the UI upgrades, and therefore Signum should be coming not too far behind that. Fingers crossed, of course. And then that would open up for PUSD algo. But PUSD algo probably needs Ethereum to go on a run as well, so that the capital is required to set up all the LP pools for that. So that's a separate topic, but we're just waiting patiently, and that's all we can do until that comes to fruition. So at the moment we got CoinWell. This is the heavyweight. This is another big protocol. Not as multi-chain as well, but obviously Rackham is based essentially in PulseChain, but it will be multi-chain. It will be a corporate type of setup. It's not usual team on DG and cryptos or decentralized cryptos, and of course he'll be trying to do lots of things with it, potentially getting institutional money in it, most certainly probably getting private capital, venture capitalists and things like that into it, and potentially linking into the White House and Donald Trump Jr. Of course, Donald Trump Jr. and Eric, they're both involved with the USD1. And of course, they're looking to make that the biggest meme coin. And of course, that has been growing very, very fast with the old Trump sons there. And so if he does anything in that direction, that'd be pretty cool. They are all in Florida, I guess. So I think they're all in Florida. Yeah. So that'd work out pretty well. And then, of course, he's also teased about getting a NASDAQ listing, which would be fantastic for PulseChain, right? So yeah, could be really, really big, and I'm optimistic. Obviously, making a really good product, which is what he's done. He's done a good brand to it. And so if you can get all that together, and then you can go and connect up all that stuff in the US. Now, I talked about Source Unminimal getting institutional investors and private, and investors from Europe. Well, this was the avenue into US. So while the Europe one may be shutting down to some degree there, especially if they do that migration, which we're expecting, at least we've got the US avenue into getting potentially some institutional investing, high valued investors, a possible link to the Trump family, into that sort of crypto element of the Suns, and then into NASDAQ listing. That would be dreamy too, right? So imagine we've got PCock flying, we've got XGame flying in the high risk, high return category. We've got utility DeFi meme coin happening in the PulseChain ecosystem, and then you've got CoinWell going out into TradeFi and bringing all that capital in as well. Imagine that. See what I mean? It all starts rolling, really ramping up. And this is without Richard Hart, directly involved. So you add Richard Hart, whatever he's going to be doing with the chess pieces. We know that, he's putting a lot of stuff through Tornado Cash at the moment. Then that just, that's the ocean just falls up. So you can see how all this layered cake just gets better and better and better. And this is when PulseChain starts to run, and it's all happening, guys. So it's not like, okay, yeah, we've been down in price. We've still had a guy today leave with $500,000. We've still got all that stuff, but actually we've got some really, really heavyweight blue chips rolling out just as we're speaking about. So it's really fun to talk about this right now. And we've been waiting for this sort of season to begin, and it has begun. So it's pretty cool. So that is CoinWell, a little teasers there. And of course, we're expecting this to launch in early November, right? So we've just started to hit in November. It's the 1st of November in the United States. It's the 2nd November here. And so, we're looking forward to this. And what do we get out? We got Rackham put this out. Who wants to be a CoinWell trustee? All right, here's the deal. I'm picking a very small group of people to get an early look inside the CoinWell platform before anyone else. This isn't some public teaser. It's a closed door preview of those who actually want the inside scoop on what's coming. If you're one of the few who gets in, you'll see things that aren't even close to being public yet. And let's just say the benefits could be massive once the doors open. To be considered, you'll have to verify. You must follow him. You must share the post and comment trustee below. Now, I was a bit busy, so I haven't really responded to this myself. Otherwise, I would have. I don't know, I'm probably too late now, but only a handful will get access. Trust me, you'll want in. And of course, he's got the cool little AI video, and he loves AI. I mean, let's talk about it. He loves AI there. So that's pretty cool. And we're going to repost that, and we'll put the link in there as well. So there we go. I think that's all I have to do. Bam. So that is from him, and I'm probably too late, but hey, look, it's all good. We're excited about CoinWell and what he's doing there. And also Triple Dad, and of course, Ms. Rochelle is going to be the CEO of Coinbound, kind of running at least 5 different companies. I think one, and of course, 2 of those we talk about quite a bit, which is CoinWell and Coinaki coming up as well. I'm excited about Coinaki because that's going to be have a battle of the memes, which I think is a great idea, and it certainly makes good for covering on YouTube and on X and any other platform. And of course, apparently they're going to have whoever wins that is going to have their tokens burned off as well. So it just pumps things up there quite well. I think in retrospect, though, we've got Bria. Bria is a meme community out there. That was going to be the AI agent for CoinWell. Well, that might face a bit of challenge in the old Coinaki battle of the memes with the likes of PCock, which I think is taken over. It's taken over, and of course, it's also still got to compete with other big memes like Pump and Most and other ones like that. Mitchie and you name it out there. There's lots of they have to compete with. Anyway, so he's been putting out educational posts as well. I'll Rackham there about DCAing. He's been putting out these robotics. Now, as I remember, Rackham does have a I'm not sure if it's a military arm of his business, but it's certainly he has a gun ranges and things like that. So yeah, I'm not quite sure how that sets up, but I'm pretty sure he has some sort of gun range / military kind of gun segment of his business there. So I'm not sure whether this is some of the robots he's bought or what he's doing there, or he just likes it and he's showcasing it. So but you just never know with Rackham. All right, so it's Rackham says it's wild how fast the so-called experts and influence the PulseChain turn on. Very person who built the stage about standing on there. So he's always obviously getting involved with the politics of PulseChain and Richard Hart. Of course, he's trying to do his best to back up the vision of Richard Hart there, and that's in place as well. So we're getting very close, guys, to the old CoinWell there, and I personally very excited about it. Now, it's going to be quite a large ecosystem, so it's going to have more just liquidity forks. It's going to be lots of other things in it. So it's going to be its own blue chip sort of ecosystem, and it's going to drive obviously capital and fees and all other stuff that it has. But actually, it could be driving a lot of stuff from TradeFi, from a lot of those big catalysts that I mentioned earlier, which would be awesome. Imagine getting on a listing on Nasdaq finally. Imagine getting institutional investors, imagine getting tied in with the Trump sons with their crypto ventures. In any ways, maybe some of the Saudi money that he used to talk about a couple of years ago, maybe that comes in as well. There could be lots of big things coming here because Rackham's playing to win, right? He's a winner. He's a venture capitalist, right? And he does it his way. It's his style, right? When you get to be an entrepreneur, you do it your way, right? You do it your style. And a good entrepreneur always listens to people around him, of course. But that's what he does, I think. So there we go. That is on the move. So we're looking forward to that. Early could be any time. I guess in the next 2 weeks is my guess. And of course, they've got that little testing early sneak peek on right now, so we'll keep an eye on that as well. But some exciting things coming, guys. It just layer after layer. So XGame, of course, which I think we're going to see a lot more from, and keep a lookout for that. That's in your high risk reward frame. Then we've kind of got down in the more conservative areas. We've got the LibertySwap and the PCock, which is just getting bigger and bigger by the day. It really is kind of crypto done really well, capital efficiency, and just growing really well with the branding. And then, of course, we've also got CoinWell coming as also, which could be an absolute juggernaut. Finally, could get some access to those bullish pump members I just mentioned. And of course, we've got surprise from Fast Abdul. We've got this really clever modification and expansion of liquidity fork there with Vault 369. Pretty awesome. Now, we are expecting, obviously, a lot more protocols to continue to launch on PulseChain. Some of the heavyweights, of course, we're thinking about are on-chain bet and others. So that's what we're expecting to come along there from Jacob. And obviously, Signum and Tetra and Pulse PUSD eventually, and many other projects are coming that could play a significant role in expanding, PulseChain's offerings and therefore value in crypto. And of course, it all strengthens each other, right? So it's kind of cool. And then, of course, what's Richard Hart doing? He's got lots of moves he can make. He's made a lot this year already, and I've gone through a lot of those in presentations. But man, it's going to be fun. We're really getting onto it. What did Richard say? I'm not interested in altcoin season. I'm interested in PulseChain season. What does Liberty say? Well, the bull run started now for PulseChain. It's PulseChain season now. So got some pretty similarities there. We've got some pretty big moves happening. I think is exciting, and we've got all the heavyweights on the field right now, starting to bat for us. So it's kind of cool. Bat for themselves, but bat for us. It's kind of neat. All right, so that's kind of cool. Let's get into the final topic. I'm an hour and 30 minutes in, but we're going to get into Gladiator Games, of course, a Rome token. And man, it is awesome. So season 3 for Rome token. They're in their own sub-season on PulseChain, and it's exciting. I've been playing. I got one player. I don't like my name. I've got to change the name. I keep procrastinating. But my last character was pretty awesome for season 2. And battling weight. Now, there's a lot more players in this tournament number 8 in season 3. So we're going to talk about that. So let me cue that up and set that up. So awesome stuff. Don't forget to get in the comment section as well. If you're on X, don't forget to smash the follow button. Do it right now. Take a moment to do that and repost the show around. Now, if you see a lot of other PulseChain influencers out there, definitely do that. Repost it as well. But obviously, I will be covering other chains. So I'll be covering the launch of X1, the fork of Solana. And of course, it's pretty much like Solana 2.0 with all the latest tech and everything else like that from Jack Levin. And obviously, I'll be covering other chains like Ethereum with Titanx ecosystem as that picks up. So we're keeping an eye on that. We're not sleeping on it. Do really check in. So we've got lots of cool things happening in the next year for the crypto run. All right, let me pull up the actual site here for Gladiator Games, and let me sign on as well. All right. So let me see. All right. Let me have to change the setup, so it's going to take. I'm getting pretty fast at it, but it takes a little bit time. Let me switch that out. Let's see how fast I can do this. Let's do it super fast. Yeah, we can. We can do it. All right. Bam. All right, so we'll get rid of that and let's go. Bam. Man, that's as fast as I've ever done it. So there we go. That is pretty cool. So we got the Gladiator Games on the move, and yeah, it's looking good. So we've got Hall of Tournament. Now, basically with Gladiator Games, you can join up. So I'm going to post a link there to that as well. If you haven't joined, definitely join up. And I'll put that in the YouTube first. So join Gladiator Games. I'll just put the DGs there. And put the link there. Bam. I have to put this on X as well because I've got YouTube. It just goes in the chat here, but where we got there. That's the link there to Gladiator Games. Join up today. Become a player, and man, the tournament this weekend, guys, is $3,200 US. This is for this week, number 8. There's a big jump from last weekend. Now, this is Valentine's weekend. Oh, not Valentine's. Halloween weekend, I should say. Maybe it's Valentine's between all the scary monsters. I don't know. But it's No, it's not Valentine's. It's Halloween, and it's a special bonus. $3,200 in prizes. And we've been enjoying $1,200-$1,300 in prizes. Now it's $3,200. Amazing there, and of course the developer there continuing to expand the game. So that is the link there. Join up today. If you like gaming, like crypto, it's the place to be. And if you want to earn money every week, it's a place to be. Now you do have to do a little bit of investment on most games. If you're doing the main game, it's a bit of investment, but it's kind of a cost to return. And so if you do well, there's lots of prizes up for grabs there. All right, so that is cool. Let me go to X as well, and let me post that underneath the show. So if you're watching the show on X, I will post the link to Gladiator Games below, and let me post that there. So join Gladiator Games, and let me post the link. Bam. All right, there we go. That was easy. All right, that is that. Let me close that down. Now, Gladiator Games, all you have to do is get a wallet, put some Pulse in it, make a DGN wallet, of course, as usual. Use your, decentralized knowledge. Put some Pulse in it, and then you can go buy some gold. So, but gold is 1 Pulse to 1 gold. See the details there. Click buy. You can buy 100,000, 1 million, 500,000, whatever you want to do. It's all equivalent there. There's also a referral there. You can use your own referral link. You get 5% of whatever anyone else spends, so it's pretty reasonable. And that's pretty cool. And if you want to withdraw, you just claim earnings there, pretty easy. So that's your kind of your backpack or wallets. And then, of course, there's a whole economy, and I'm not going to get through all that now, but we will do shows on that. But what I want to do is there's also socials. I would definitely highly recommend joining up to Telegram, and also probably following an X are probably the 2 things you're going to do there. And Telegram is where the community are, so all the gladiators are there. But we're going to go straight down to the tournament because I just want to showcase this, and this is what's on right now. So we've got tournament number 8, which is the first tournament of the season 3. So season 3 is basically you've got your gladiators. There's season 3 gladiators, and every 4 weeks you can breed your new generations. That's basically it. So they get stronger. Basically, you're breeding stronger generations there. So that's a big topic, but that's basically what you do. Now, the easy way to play the game, of course, is if you do buy gold, go into the store and buy some starter packs, right? You'll get 2 gladiators with each starter pack. The best starter pack, of course, is Rudiarius there. It's all in, obviously, the old Roman Empire language there, Latin, I guess. And you get 2 gladiators, and you can play with gold. 2 gladiators there, and, of course, all the armor and everything you need to be competitive in the game, pretty much. So it's pretty cool. And the other way you can do it is also to go into the market and buy gladiators, right? So you just filter for Generation 3, and you can see all these gladiators you can buy. They're all different prices and all different qualities. But once again, you can buy those. Look, here's one for 50,000. It's pretty easy to get. It's a common, but it's 50,000. So you can get pretty cheap gear gladiator and start fighting today. All right, so that's kind of cool. But anyway, go to the tournament and you can join. So once you've got a gladiator, you can join. So if you've got a Generation 3, I've got none here, but you've got Generation 3, you can register 200,000 gold for the Pulse Pure schools. Now, this means you don't need any customized outfits, so you don't have to, you spend too much investment, but the chances are you got a chances to win a prize of $360 is the total pool, plus $400 in silver, which is an in-game currency you use to get weapons and things. So total there is $760 in the pure skills. This is if you're a beginner to the game, get into this. If you just want to play around a little bit, you got a chance of winning $50 at the top. But place number 14 to 15 is $20. So you've got a very good chance of being able to win a prize there. There are 16 people in, but you get yourself a Gladiator 3 and get in there, fight well, and you could earn one of those. Now, top 20 places also earn 100 silver there, which is pretty awesome to get legendary gear, which is the best gear you can get. So all you have to do is put your Gladiator in there and click register. It would need to be a Generation 3. You can put Generation 2 and 1 in there, but I wouldn't do it because, you're going to get beaten up by Generation 3, right? Once you're fighting, you can then put your player in it. My player is called Power Poke, which I really don't like the name, but this is what it is. And then you click Fight Battle, and you'll be able to do that. Now, it's 25,000 gold wager, so it's 25,000 pulse per wager. If you lose, you will lose that gold, and it goes to the other player that beat you, right? So it's a bit of a give and take. So if you lose more than you win, then you will end up, a net loss there in pulse. But of course, you got the big prizes on top of that, right? Which is paid out in Rome silver. Now the standings at the moment for this one. It looks like I'm at number 3 right now, which is not too bad. I've got a lot of work to do though to make sure I stay up there. Let's wish me luck on that. But number 3 right now would be $30 in place. But I may not hold on to that spot. We've still got 20 hours to go. So we'll see. We'll see how that gets on. The other one, of course, is the main tournament. This is where you have more customized outfits. So that's takes a bit more learning, but you can get into that straight away too. At the moment, there is 19 people in that, so that's a new record. As far as I remember, that's a new record. So almost over 20 players in the weekend tournament. So 19 today. And that's exciting. So the game's growing, which is good. Total prize is $950 in Rome token and $400 in silver. So what's that? $2,350. So 2 competitions going on at the moment, 2 tournaments. And this one is the customized one. And so it's a lot more, you have to do a bit more about customizing weapons and your gladiator qualities and things like that. At the moment, top prize is $200. But look at the prizes, heaps of them, all the way to number 15. 15 is $60 at the moment, and then top 20 places 100 silver as well. And we've got 19 people in there. So once again, all you do to register, find your Generation 3 Gladiator and register. That will cost you 1 million gold. This one only costs 200,000. That will cost you 1 million gold, which is 1 million pulse, right? So what's that, about $30, something like that, $30 to enter, but with the chance of at least doubling your money if you come number 15, right? So there we go. That's one way of thinking about it. But you do need to have custom weapons. So anyway, once you upgrade your Generation 3, you'll be able to fight with that Generation 3. So think about the cost up front for the first week. You'll be able to fight for that every week for 4 weeks. So you get to spread that cost and potentially make a good profits on the if you get in the top 15 spots, especially, right? So that's kind of how it works there. Once again, if you've got your player, you can choose it after you're registered and click fight as well. There are nobody in the queue right now, so I don't think there's anyone I can fight, but we'll give it a go. View standings. Let's have a look here. So I'm not at the top here, right? So I might have been number 3 on the other tournament, which is the pure skills. Right, so let me scroll up here. I was this pure skills. I was number 3. This is the one where you don't need anyone can kind of fight, and I'm at number 3. But this one here, I'm not at number 3. I want to be at number 3. I want to be at number 3, but I'm at number 13 right now, guys. I'm at number 13. Boo! I've got to have more fights. And look, so far I've been up against some pretty big players, but there's a lot of players on there that I haven't fought, and so I'm waiting to fight. But at the moment, that's kind of where we are. And what was I going to say about that? So, yeah, number 13, which means I'm on $80 right now at number 13 place. Now, there's still 20 hours to go, which is, a full, not quite a full day, but still plenty of fights to be had. And, of course, people are on at different times of the day. So you're playing different times. But the place to be is to get into Telegram and start chatting with people and so forth. There are how-to videos as well on YouTube and stuff you can watch. So if you need some of those resources, you can learn that. That can give you a quick update. But let's give it a go. Let's see if I can. No one's there, saying nobody, but we'll see. Yeah, no one's there right now. Let's see. We'll leave it there for a few seconds and see if anyone pops in there. We're an hour and 24 minutes on the show, and we've got hundreds and hundreds of people watching right now, so it's really great to see you all. But let's see. We'll give it just a minute or two See whether it will pop up there if anyone will fight. Now, I might. It's the worst thing that happens to me is if I fight someone really powerful. I like fighting people that slightly more powerful and less powerful and about the same power, because I'm pretty good at fighting skills. My fighting skills are pretty good. Occasionally, the pressure can take its toll and your fingers go all over the keyboard, but a lot of the time it's not too bad. So that is the Rome token right now. So some huge giveaways. Look at that. First place $200, second place $190, third place $180, fourth place $170, fifth place $160, sixth place $150. There's a lot of money up for grabs today. 147th place, 138th place, 128th ninth place, 110th place. So if you like gaming and you like crypto, it's a great place to be. The other thing I was going to say is that as far as I know, it's the only place on PulseChain that's giving you regular chances to win big money prizes, which is pretty awesome. The other big thing that you can do now too, which I will mention, and you're going to hear more about it this week, is that staking Rome has now launched. So you can actually now stake loan. You can actually now stake Rome and earn Rome for a limited time only. So you can get in there and stake it, and you earn pretty good yield too on that. Something definitely to think about, picking up some Rome on the market and staking it in there. Now, do your own due diligence, not financial advice, but it's a pretty high yield on there. I think it's like 80% for the month. Now, there's only so much Rome up for grabs, but check it out. Go to the Gladiator Games if you want to get more info, and you can on Telegram or on X, and you'll find more information there. But I think there's going to be a lot more information about staking Rome on the market there, and such a high yield too. So it's pretty cool. All right, so that's kind of cool in the tournament there. I better exit out of this tournament, otherwise, I might end up getting killed because I walk away from the desk. And that's one thing I would recommend you not do, is walk away after you've ended the tournament. A lot of people do it, and then forget about it, and then they end up getting beaten up, pretty much it. So how do you play? Well, basically, you go to the website, you get a DGN wallet, you put some Pulse in it, and then you buy some gold. You can buy some gold there. You can either get a Generation Gladiator 3 from the store. So you go to store, go to starter pack, buy a starter pack there. You get two gladiators there. Pretty easy to do. Choose the one you want, tier 3, which is Generation 3. You got 4 different types you can choose from. You can have two different ones if you want. Choose your avatar for each. I'd choose a male and female. That way you can breed them for and for the next breeding round in 3 weeks' time or so. And you can ramp them up and give them a name. That's pretty easy to do, and then buy starter pack there. That's it. That's how it works. All right, so that's kind of the play. Or you can just go onto the market and buy Generation 3, just filter for Generation 3, and you can buy one off the market there. And you can buy lots of other stuff. You can buy equipment too, and you can kit them out. You're going to need food and bandages, because obviously you're going to need that in the fight. And then you go to gladiators there, click on your gladiator, and you can kit them out with all the gear. See all the gear? You just double click on it, and it will pop up into the spots there. So you're going to need gear for all these things to make sure that your gladiator's got some armor, right, and stuff like that, and weapons. Also going to need some food, so you got to double click on the food there, and you can click out there, and you've basically kit out your gladiator there. So that's pretty easy to do. So get a wallet, put some Pulse in, buy some gold. You can either get gladiators in the store or in the market, and then you can go join the tournament. That's how easy it is. Oh, actually, you got to go to the gladiator, kit your gladiator out with all the gear, and then you can go to the tournament. So that's 5 steps, basically, 4 or 5 steps there at tops, and easy to register as well. So you can just register on your Generation 3 if you've got one, and register there. 200,000 gold to enter, and $1 million for the main. That's pretty much it. And of course, the other big news was that they've got staking, and you earn high yields in there with Rome. All right, so that's kind of cool on that one. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I've certainly enjoyed talking about all this today. What a lineup. And you thought the weekend was going to be quiet? Well, it wasn't, because there's so much happening, guys. XGame is going to be bigger and bigger. LibertySwap and PCock is a juggernaut. CoinWell could be absolutely massive too. And then we've got Vault 369. We've got Gladiator games on now. We've got a game every weekend where people can earn mad US dollar Rome tokens. It's huge. And of course, we've got so many other protocols coming down the line. PulseChain is getting ready to rumble. We've got Richard Hart, sneaking around there with some Tornado Cash ETH. We're looking forward to whatever happens with this chess moves. It's very, very exciting as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed the show. We're now 29 minutes into it. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I will catch you then. And of course, I'm going to be in the battle. I'll be battling all day in Gladiator games, so you'll see me there. And I'm going to try and do my best to get decent spots. I'm not trying to win, but I'm an average player, and I'm trying to, do as well as I can. And I enjoy gaming, enjoy crypto, so it's kind of the perfect place to be. All right, hope you enjoyed it. Take care. I'll catch you on the next one. Woo-hoo-hoo! Fly, feed the bird with PCock. It's game on. And if you haven't joined our Discord, links in the description, and of course at the top of X, their profile. I'll catch you then. Take care, everybody, and bye for now.